It sure is, bot. It sure is. Oh yeah, I should probably start opening. I have a minute to do this. Oh, I never turned off the fan at my bed. Whatever. I wonder if it was cold in here. What is wrong with me? Yippee! Hello. No one, I guess? I don't know. I don't expect much from my Minecraft streams, but I still want to do them. I just threw this on the ground, and yet I have found it again. Let me double check something. I am using the correct audio. Correct. Okay, a couple streams ago, I was using the wrong audio, and it was embarrassing. Anyway, I want to try something. I mean, I probably don't actually have to do more than just this. I'm getting right into it this week, apparently. So I set up a... Okay, I think I understand. Mask stone and air? That doesn't work either. How do I... It sure is, Spot. You liked that first praise I gave you. Now you're like a child making the same joke over and over again. Okay, so the problem I have here, I guess I'm gonna have to just convert this into stone to do what I want. I guess I'll just go with 32 for this for now. Okay, actually, where is the the big mask that I have? Yeah. Yeah, so if it's just gonna drag the sand up, it just means it's gonna force me to do it this way. So I guess the silliness of what I'm doing here is I suppose to always do this, to do like, you know. Jeez, bot, you're talkative today. To do this kind of thing where I want like overhangs, I guess I'm just gonna have to convert the area into stone and then like build the top layer. Manually? Otherwise, I'm not really sure what's the best way to do this. Honestly, I'm not even sure if doing it this way is great. It doesn't look amazing. It works. There's no real controls on the erode function. Or, sorry, the dilate function. In a lot of cases, it does the job. But yeah, then there's stuff like this, where it's just like, well, I don't want that to be wacky. Just gotta be, like, really careful with it, I guess. I'm still... yeah. Maybe that'll be like what I mess with today, is figuring out how to do this the way I want. But I just don't feel like I know how to do overhangs. They definitely seem to be one of the more advanced functions, I guess. Grandpa's gonna sue the pants off the sand. Why did I have to be reminded of that? I don't even remember if I watched that back in the day. Oh my gosh. So stupid. I mean, to some extent it works. It's just not amazing. Whoa, that's interesting. It dilated that out of existence. It's like when you squint real hard and you just vanish from reality, you get isekai'd into another. I'll leave it there on that. Maybe. I don't know. There's a couple of places I can practice with trying to make this type of stuff better. But yeah, it definitely feels like a very manual work. Now, of course, the one awkward part here, I'm not entirely sure. Like, I have to be very careful when I convert this back. Um, just because this is a desert area. So I have to keep this bit as, like, sandstone? Sandstone. It's fine. Can I make this jump? Easy. Sorry, I just ate a little while ago. Oh my gosh. Okay, playing around with making overhangs aside. Get smoothened. Yeah, so a lot of this area is a desert. Let me look at the map. Yeah, like, generally I was instructed to fill it into there, but I guess, like, Yeah, sorry, just looking at the map, it'll be an interesting process converting this over to a desert again. Um, I guess I'll just go around and just kind of look at this area, because to an extent, it's almost in a state where I'm like, okay, I can convert this back now. I don't think there was any, yeah, like, let me just double check the map, the instructions, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, there was nothing really about this coastline that I was expected to do. Yeah, I think the weird thing with designing this map is it's not specifically a Minecraft map, but also it is constrained through Minecraft because of everything. And there's a lot of junk at the bottom of that tea. Um, I mean, I'm kind of tempted to convert this area over, but I think I really shouldn't get greedy and should focus on the topologicals of it all. Which means I probably should wait until I've done this crazy mountain area before I do that. And this area is a lot of work. I mean, I could kind of start on it. Like I guess do I start by just smoothing it? Probably should smooth it while I'm thinking about it. Because otherwise, it's... Yeah, I don't know why I decided to leave it as, like, the one part of the map that's, like, still crusty. Gotta be really careful near some of these edges, though. Or not careful at all. I think these cliffs might have some overhangs that I could mess with. Okay, you know what? I'm going back to a radius of 8 because this part is way too close to the cliffs. Like, yeah, I really should have smoothed this up before. I kind of wish I had done the cliffs on stream. The problem is when I'm doing things like the oceans, it is indeed really easy for me to just like be like, oh, I want to try something, and then get distracted for like an hour just messing with it, and it's just like, wait, that would have been stream content. Stream content. I was talking maybe on a previous stream, maybe just with Gold, I don't know. I was talking about the one April Fool's update that added all the dimensions. And how one of the dimensions that's named content is just Skyblock. I did go live, right? Having one of those days. So the one thing with this area is that mountain was already kind of spiky, but this mountain was also kind of meant to be spiky. I think? I just reused concepts too readily. I think I almost might commit more to the square design. With like some spikes. Okay, increase that back to 16. Yeah, like this, I don't know, this was always like a really weird part of the map. Part of me doesn't entirely know what I was going for originally. Just because I guess I feel like I just used the square tool or sorry, the square brush and just squared. Like just put some squares down. Like what? I don't know, it's just not exactly the greatest design. Is this wool? It is wool! Some of the remaining wool in the map. Not even the bot wants this stream today. RIP. Quick, let me talk about all the politics before Gold gets here, because I know Gold is not going to get here for a couple minutes. And probably doesn't want to hear about politics. Nah, sorry, it just kind of comes up because there was a presidential debate last night. And hoo boy. I wish there was somewhere to move to. Oh, gosh. That's the problem with the current state of the world. There really isn't anywhere to move to. You're stuck. And you got no money. Which is probably part of the point of why the economy is the way it is. Because people being able to move is competition. I really kind of do want to rough up some of the edges of these mountains. I'm not entirely sure. Like, they might end up staying somewhat cubish. We will see. I like how I'm like, oh yeah, I'm done with like doing all like the smoothing parts. Then I remembered, oh yeah, no, I just for some strange reason decided, oh yeah, I'll smooth this on stream. For some reason. Like I'm like, oh yeah, that'll be a great lead into working on it, right? What do you mean this is not factual? It's not a great lean in bot? Oh no. Bot saw right through me. Bot understands I am not good at content. Never was. Um, I want to like do the usual. So how was my week? But my brain is like, yeah, right. How was it? I don't. What was my week? Well, the water issue has been an on and off thing where like last day or two it's been good, but then like the day or two before that it was just not working, and it's just like, well, the new pump arrived today, which is nice. So I know probably Tuesday is going to be a bit weird. Probably. I think my brother's still assembling it in the other room or something. I just like vaguely hear him in there. It's slightly awkward. I don't know. It's gonna take a minute or two to smooth this the rest of the way out. Yet again, only normal Minecraft music. Honestly, should I just, like, pump music in through my phone in a horrible, crusty way? Is that how I'm gonna do music while my computer can't handle running the browser while streaming? Oh man, I just remembered the weird disappointment of thinking, oh yeah, I could stream Flash games, and then none of the sites running well while streaming for some reason. It's like, oh, that was such a pain. Now I could probably do a Flash emulator fine. I should go through, actually properly play some of those Flash games through an emulator. Honestly, if Flash can't be emulated, for me, that just tells me Flash is kind of a bad format. I mean, it always kind of was a weird, crusty thing where I don't think it was properly intended for, like, games. It was like multimedia presentation almost more than anything, maybe. I don't know. I mean, maybe they wanted it to be everything, but kind of doesn't feel like it was games centric. But people made games with it. I know for like I know I had like Flash games for dummies or something. I think my brothers had that, and I for a little while there was thinking of trying to read through it, but man, maybe it wasn't a for dummies because I know I remember feeling like a dummy. Gosh, actually no, I think because one of them actually had like the actual like the full like CD suite of it. I think it was the actual proper manual, and boy was my like teenage brain not built for that. can't believe the bot fact-checked me more than the debate last night. I am still confused by the claim that there would be fact-checking, and then there wasn't even fact-checking post-debate. Like, what? I just don't understand anymore. Isn't it unfortunate how much wishful thinking goes into fiction? With the whole idea that, like, good triumphs evil. Turns out there's no good. There's only, like, a vague moral gray. And then evil just does what it wants. Okay, the one awkward thing is it's a little difficult to tell what areas aren't smooth because it takes Distant Horizons a moment to catch up with this amount of changes. Yeah, the thing I'm not sure about these rounded top bits is whether I should cut them off or leave them. Man, how high is this? It's getting up there, but it's not actually at the top of the world, luckily. Yeah, let me delete some of these. Like, let me turn them into, like, plateaus. Because I think they were plateaus. Yeah. I mean, they were probably spiky plateaus. I don't know. Brush smooth 16.1. Just like a little bit of smoothing. What is smooth? We'll never know. It's smooth, but said goofily. It is a smooth cow. Ooh. Okay, this is a bit weird, but I kind of like this. This, like, spiraling plateau that I accidentally just did. Ooh. Ooh, I kind of like it. So, like... maybe that could be what we're doing here. You sure did, bot. You sure did. Maybe like some of the mountains I do that, some of them I don't. I don't know. Depends on how, like, united I want the aesthetic to be. Just spiral dig the entire dang thing. I'm just gonna sue the pants off of Santa. Stupid video. The fact that they animated the mouse. Yoshi. Oh, Mario. The Power Star has been returned to the castle. Yoshi. I don't know what I'm doing anymore, dude. I've long since lost it. I wonder if this has any, like, prevention for where you're spam clicking around a place. And, like, if you accidentally, like, click off into the distance, whether it kind of protects you from, destroying everything by accident. Problem is, I wouldn't really be able to see some of the damage I'm doing. Unless I actually go over there. Let's see, what else? Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if it's weird that I'm going around clockwise. Like, too consistently, maybe? I kind of know that some of these lines of wool are, like, a bit much and are definitely going to cause Will problems. Because, like, the thing that Will can do is he can use a brush to fill in, like, this with, like, sand, like, turn it into sand and then turn it into dirt or whatever. But, I might want to... do something about the wool. It might actually be a good idea to, for instance, brush. Oh gosh, what do I even do for this actually? Deform cube 16 y minus equals 1. Okay, what did I put in? Huh. It's weird. I thought that would actually work. Actually, yeah, wait, what's wrong with this? Because... One second. This is valid. So, like, is that not valid? That's valid. What? Oh, cuboid is the problem. Wait, what? Oh. Right. That's not gonna work. These masks don't do what I want them to, which is a problem. The problem is I want a mask that only affects that, but I mean, okay, can I? Because if I do this, it's gonna do that, which is stupid. There's got to be a way to do this that I'm not thinking of. I actually don't know. Let me look some stuff up. Dear goodness. Minecraft. Block. Let's see. Oh, wait. But I can't use that on a brush, can I? Maybe. Let's see. One second. Let's try. So I can do mask air for that. Mask. Am I gonna have to use copy and paste? Cause okay, there's a weird one. Would this work? Kinda. Not entirely. Wait, that's weird that does it that way. Oh, hi, Gold. Also, hello, Banana. Sorry, I got a little distracted there. I'm trying to... I just kind of want to raise this red bit out of the, like, into the air a bit. So that I can... Oh, whoa, that's weird. So that I can destroy it below. Yeah, I'm a little on fire. It's fine. Oh, wait. Oh gosh, I always. I don't get why that's backwards. Oh wait, that's. I'm being very dumb right now. I'm being very dumb right now. Yeah, so I mean, it's not great, but it would technically work. Bot doesn't like it. It does technically work. This is stupid. Is there anything better than this? I don't think so. Whatever, it does the job. Yeah, so I just gotta like raise it into the sky and then delete a large layer of it? I don't know. So the city border, I'm just trying to get it like out of the ground so that it's not annoying me anymore. Cause okay, demonstration of why it shouldn't be in the ground. Oh. What am I doing? Oh gosh. Oh, this is so dumb. One usually says if it works, it works, but is this the stock market? I'm not sure if I'm okay with this. So like, oh gosh, and then I'm gonna have to like go in and do this. Oh no. Oh gosh. Oh man. I don't think Distant Horizons likes what I'm doing. You know what? This is stupid. This is actually stupid. I'm just gonna. One second. I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna do it this way. One second. Okay, actually, better idea. So, what height am I? So, 245 is... Okay. Set block... Okay, okay. That's... close enough. I'm just gonna actually, while I'm at it, I'm gonna undo this. This is stupid. I'm stupid. This is stupid. Everything is stupid. Don't mind me. We're finally gonna get rid of all the blood. I wonder if I should use something like stained glass instead of red wool. Oh, wait. What's the right one for this? Oh, I think it's just set red wool. Right. Okay. Wait, I have to fix that bit of cliff, aren't I? So you can see exactly why I wanted to do this. Is this mountain is absolutely wrecked by the red wool that was inside of it. I don't like that it... Okay, one second. Set red stained glass. Yeah, that gets rid of some of the annoyance. Okay. Oops. Oops, oops. Oh, crud. I forget what that tool was set to. It's fine. Nothing's broken. Nothing's broken. It's fine. Yep, just gonna get rid of all of this. Make the map a little less ugly while I work on it. Because this has been silly. This has been silly for a while. Working on a map for a friend. This is me talking to YouTube chat. I'm working on a map for a friend. And currently, I'm getting rid of the city border lines that are getting in the way of my world editing. Two things is fine. Oh, wait. Pop. Yeah, this has just been a problem. Yeah, actually, don't need that. Yeah, it's a big island. I feel like I should do my early stream flyover of it. First, let me just get so far up. Fly to the sun. Boop. Yeah. Oh! Everything's fine. Oh, yeah, that's so much better. Wait. Don't think I don't see you. Yeah, okay. The one thing I was worried about was whether Distant Horizons would freak out. By the way, again, I cannot understate how much I like Distant Horizons. But yeah, I was worried it would freak out having blocks in the sky, but it looks like it's fine. So I think I can keep these like this. a little worried in some places you'll be able to tell where the line was, which is part of why I'm doing it now. I guess we'll end up getting a little bit of an overview of what's left to do on the island, just because I need to fly around fixing all these real quick. These areas I probably don't need it to be so high up. Wait, was this always curved? One second, let me look at the map again. Are these city limits, like, literally curved? Oh wait, I don't have a copy of it that has... Oh, I guess they always were kind of curved. I see. The city limits go around the lake. I mean, that's a little silly. I can just pick a corner here. 155 should be fine, right? Actually, I could go higher than that. Maybe 200. The city limits do not need to be perfect. They just need to give him a good reminder of where his cities are on his map. You can be an anime if you want, Thomas. That was always allowed. Was it? No. Well, okay. We've established that you can be cringe if you want. An anime is cringe. Thus, you can be anime. See? Cringe. Oh my gosh. This map is too big! It takes forever to get anywhere. It's too bad I can't set diagonals, because I probably would just put a diagonal here instead. Whoa, that's a little thicker than I wanted it to be. Alrighty. How is everybody today, eh? So I'll just be doing this for a little while, so... yeah, you know, I'll just be doing this for a little while. I need conversation topics so that I don't start talking about the death of democracy. I mean, what? Dang, these are really misaligned. No, nobody needs me whining about life. I mean, what? Oh yeah, Pupper. I can't believe you have a pet Dale. Yeah, these floating lines are a little obnoxious. I wonder maybe if I should just move them to the top of the world? I don't know, or maybe if I make them blue and put them all the way at the top. Because I want this map to look cool while I'm working on it. And admittedly, the city limits... Okay, maybe maybe I don't need, like, a full outline. Okay, I'm debating what I can do. Because I could just put pillars in the corners. To sort of signify the edges of the city limits. Maybe, okay, maybe that can be something I do at the very end of working on this, though. Because the problem is, I'll still end up having to, like, if I'm doing, like, smoothing brush and whatnot, still gonna have to, like, avoid them. I'll stick with this for now. Even though I'm already, like, hating it. I can probably just get away with the pillars in the corners. I don't know. You know what? I can get away with just not having city limits at all. Maybe I'll just do that. Maybe I'll just get rid of them. I can put them back later. It's not like Will doesn't know where his cities go. Yeah, you know what? Forget doing all this work. We're getting rid of these completely. I don't even care. Of course, it's gonna take a minute to actually get rid of them. You know what? Red stained glass, red wool. Just make the mask for both of them. I don't care if this is wasted effort. I'm getting rid of it. The blood will be no more. Who needs guidelines? Is the Patreon still okay? I don't know. Let me check. I don't know. What happened to Patreon? Unfortunately, I'm not keeping up with Patreon very well in terms of, I mean, would there be a reason it's not okay? Okay. I'm not logged in. Well, I mean, I'll have to check that later. Why do you ask if the Patreon is still okay? Did they change something about the site again that I haven't kept up with? I'm really, really bad about that. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Right, Twitch has, they're taking, like, stupid cuts still. Yeah, I think the Patreon was always a little bit better than Twitch, even though you lose your emotes and stuff. I know Twitch has, like, a specific convenience to it. But I think Patreon still takes less money. Goodbye, Crown. Heck, I mean, at some point, especially if I guess, see, that would be the funny part. I have such a bad habit of checking the YouTube chat, which today, at least, I noticed both people. Sorry, YouTube chat. It's just, I don't get many people on YouTube chat often, so splitting my focus between the two is difficult. But, it's like, yeah, I wouldn't mind the Patreon being how you support me. I wouldn't mind, if you even stopped using Twitch and moved to YouTube, if Twitch is stupid completely. Do as you need. This is a weird thing when I'm working on stuff. It wasn't real. Anyway, yeah, I really, really want to smooth out this entire area. Like, the lower half of the map is decently close to being done. YouTube is for my conspiracy theories? Oh my. Is that ones that you share? Or do you enjoy watching other people talk about their conspiracy theories? I see, I see. Got any juicy ones? I need a dosage of non-reality. Which will probably feel more real than real life anymore. It is, okay, it is really quiet. I'm gonna, at the risk of making my stream laggy, I'm gonna find some video game music. I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this. This is just too quiet. I need music or something. Oh, wait. I remember how. Okay. I know what I can do. Just thoughts to songs to occupy. Oh! Does this still not work on VLC? Let me see if VLC works anymore, because YouTube changed something and VLC can't do its thing. Check for updates. Dang it. Well, let's see if it just works. Nope. Still super broken. So, let's just play that thing. My conspiracy theory is wondering how difficult it is to get an old man sick. I mean, what? My conspiracy theory is that the world is ruled by worms. Wait, no, that's just a Smiling Friends episode. I can't believe a U.S. senator unironically used a Smiling Friends clip for political reasons. And the worst part is what they were conspiratorially thinking would happen, the opposite feels like it happens. Talk about acting the victim. I don't know. You know, it's crazy digging a hole and finding a worm like 4 foot underground. Like, I don't know, you get used to them being on the surface and it's just like, wow, they really are just deep. And the dirt is so dense. Like, I wonder to myself how long it takes a worm that is 4 foot underground in, like, dense dirt to actually move. It's probably a slightly faster way to do this, but whatever. I just want to get to the part where this island doesn't look ugly anymore. I'm slowly filling in the hole that I dug. We didn't really need it in the end. But we weren't sure yet, for a bit there, whether, like, we would maybe need it. So the hole was left, the hole was left, unburied for a couple days there. Deep worms never get used fishing bait by birds. What a statement. Funny enough, apparently for, like, composting, you're not really supposed to use the really deep worms. You're only really supposed to use the ones that you can find in, like, surface material. And it makes sense, because deep worms... I don't really know what their, like, function actually is, just because... I can't imagine they're composting. I can't help but assume that they are the most in tune with nature. They're just part of the cycle of dig. Eat. Dig. Die. Eat. Dig. They're bound to look decent. Okay, I left a bunch of crusty bits all over the place, but I think I'll focus on trying to work on these for now. So where is the brush that I need? I think it's this one. I'm gonna make that a bit larger than usual. So for these mountains, they kind of have to, like, raise up on several plateaus, I think. Okay, maybe I should have kept it at 5. 8 is just, like, right outside the realm of natural-looking shapes. This is gonna be a pain, isn't it? Oh, man. There's not really amazing tools for making cliffs, from what I can tell. I think I just have to do something like just swiping back and forth like this. Like, I've done cliffs already, but these cliffs are... This is like on another level of doing cliffs, I feel. And if I'm not careful, it will just look like a bunch of circles. Which, I mean, if it was something like some kind of weird, like, coral reef would be fine. And a gray cartoon, which is a based train that will become, but please don't. Okay, it's weird that however I've set this bot up to think, please don't do this, is like a phrase it gets, like, it gravitates towards. Bot, are you okay? Also, I think it's just, what's that? show? Infinity Train or whatever? Based Train show? I'm wondering whether... there's a less circular option for me to do this. Like, I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's just gonna be stuck being, like... I'll just have to do more cleanup later. Or, like, slower movements. Like, yes, I have decided to make the entire, like, Breath of the Wild scale map in Minecraft. You know, just casually. Again, like, at what point should I have just started 3D modeling this? Now, I get part of the problem with that is then, like, Will doesn't have the tools to actually build his, like, world, and that's why Minecraft is the specific choice here. Yeah, turning on music was a good choice. My mind is empty, and now it is occupied. Octopied. Oh my gosh, sorry. The more I think about the amount of work this is gonna be. Too bad I can't smooth less than value 1. It's weird what is and is not based on floats. It is weird what is and is not based. Based on what? The world may never know. Yeah, if you give an area enough brush strokes, it starts to lose those circular shapes a little bit. I mean, ultimately, I'll probably come in here with the smooth 8-1 and just, like, smooth the, like, interior bits. Which maybe I should, yeah, maybe I should be doing these, like, one level at a time, just because I'm probably gonna have to redo some bits in the process. But I'm not sure. Definitely have to put some effort into imagining what it's eventually going to look like. Just because right now, relying on what it currently looks like ain't the greatest show. hope I did enough smoothing. Just because, we ain't gonna be doing much more smoothing. But, are you calling chat members not funny? But, what are you implying? Meanie. See, it's a bully. The bot is acting as the thought police gold. It knows where you put that piece of dust. I would so be destroyed by the thought police. I keep thinking about the things I bring up with, like, book banning and whatnot, and how kind of scary of a thing that is. And how annoyed I am, because it's just like, yeah, I definitely read a lot of books that fall under this. And I don't like that. Now, the thing that always got me about it is it's usually very, like, religious fundamentalists. Or whatever you want to call them. And, like, the thing that's always, like, awkward as someone who has, like, you know, read the Bible. Whenever they go for things like sexual material or whatnot as their excuse to get rid of books, I wonder, like, what exceptions they have to do to keep their religious material from being banned, because the Bible is, well, full of examples. And as such, it's a little more explicit than they'd usually be okay with in a book. Though it is interesting because it gets into the topic I've talked about, I think I've talked about before. By the way, I don't know if it's just my end, but the music is a little loud. I'll lower it on my end because, yeah. Books, I feel like, can get away with much more explicit material than you can get away with in other media. Like, something that you would be willing to let a teenager read, because in written form, it just takes the edge off of it, almost no matter how it describes it. Would definitely make for, like, a rated R kind of movie. Like, 1984, for instance, is material that, I wouldn't stop a teenager from reading, though I'm not 100% sure how much a person gets out of it, gets out of it until they're a bit older, but, you know, I'm not gonna stop a teenager from trying the book. However, an accurate movie, like, I don't know how good the one movie is, but an accurate movie of 1984 would be, like, a horribly, like, messed up movie. Though the ironic part is the parts that make that one difficult, tend to be the more violent things, which, for whatever reason, society has decided extreme depictions of violence is okay. The movie would be banned for like the 2 sex scenes. Heck, the book itself, like, I actually wonder, like, it probably would get hit more with the sort of no sexual material laws, just because, you know, just a couple small depictions of sex, rather than the violence or the political messaging. I would like to see some of the people, like, maybe I should go through and find some of the people that have pushed in the past to have the book banned. I should see what their arguments are. It would be funny to me if it was the kind of people that get all uppity about, like, socialism. Because the book is definitely not a positive take on socialism. But I don't imagine someone who actually wants to ban the book has read the book. Definitely not absorbed it. Orwell has an interesting mixed message in some of his beliefs that I'm actually kind of curious. Some of his other writings and views. Because from what I get, he was a democratic socialist, or at least shared some of the views of such a thing. But I'm left wondering, because it gives me this vibe that in a lot of ways he felt that democratic socialism was like the only way forward in like an automated world. And that, like, you know, capitalism, the structure of it doesn't work long term in a lot of ways, especially specifically under the level of with the introduction of the industrial age, too many jobs are sort of taken up by machines to like sustain the capitalist system forever. But yeah, so it's this interesting thing where on one end it feels like this general feeling that capitalism can't go on forever, but on the other end, kind of like part of the interesting like bits that 1984 gets into is the idea that a socialist system has the largest risk of creating a system where it's like the most trapped within oppression. So it's like, I guess there's an awareness of the risks involved. In the various systems of running society. I've thought about that before. You don't get it too often, but it is interesting. I've sometimes wondered how one would go about writing an antagonist that shares their beliefs, but is presented not in a sympathetic way. Like somebody that actually can like deconstruct, because I guess when writing something you always have some level of like, when it comes to the morals of, like, fictional stories, a lot of the moral standards will be based on the writer's morals. Yeah, I can dilate it a bit. But yeah, that does leave the interesting thing that it's just like, can you write yourself as an antagonist? I guess the closest you really get is something like Orwell writing socialism as sort of the villain of a story, but he's writing it like where it could go wrong, I guess. But even then, like, it doesn't really mean you're... Okay, what is this song? Trauma Center DS2? Gentle Breeze. That's where this comes from? Man, the pics people had for, like, memes and YTPs back in the day were always, like, the weirdest things. And I'm comically familiar with that dun 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 because it's one of, like, the presets in the stupid YTP maker that Vinny uses for the commercial chaos videos. But, yeah, what I was saying a moment ago, though, is, even if you're writing it in that sort of way, you're not really making your own views, like, presented as wrong. Or as the motivations of a villain or whatever else. Usually if you're writing it with a sort of where it could go wrong, you're still writing a view that you view as, like, negative or whatever. I mean, I guess, like, a similar, no 2-minute hate for you, bot. I guess, like, the weird example for me would be if I were to write, like, the Catholic Church as an antagonist, as many people do these days. I'm not a big fan of the Catholic Church, and so it's not really, even though, like, it's religiously adjacent, it's, like, still in my head, like, a version of it that I dislike. See, I can't really just smooth near everything. Okay, one second. I need to smooth, like, as small as 4 to safely do this. Like, if I go over here, there should be a couple spots like this somewhere. Where, yeah, like these. Yeah, I can kind of fix those with the dilate. Sort of. Not amazingly, but a little bit. I guess that's the interesting thing as an author, is it's just like the only way that you would be able to write something of your own viewpoint for a villain would require too much self-awareness to be possible. You could write something that, like, maybe you used to believe, that you've moved on from. but otherwise you have to acknowledge there's something bad about you and your viewpoint to use it for an antagonist. Yeah, like, I guess that's sort of the thing, is that that's maybe some of the closest you could get. Because then you would have to reflect on, not that your views are bad, but, the connotations other people have, or the what they think you might be. But then you get into, so that's an interesting part, because you have to be very careful, because if you don't do that correctly, all you've done is written a sort of straw man, kind of. Like, I think many people try to do that, and the end result is just assuming that from the outside people view them from like a straw man light. But trying to do it in a way that doesn't feel like a straw man might be like a pretty good way to explore one's own views. And also maybe a way to explore how to avoid people seeing you in the negative light that you can imagine. This isn't going too poorly, but this is definitely a major amount of work. Just an insane number of plateaus. Oh! Oh! I'm on fire! Oh! No. You just noticed? I'm not 100% sure at this point what people see me as, besides just a whiny guy that is looking to talk about his political opinions because he digests too much stuff out of the internet each day and needs to regurgitate. Bit by bit, this is coming together. Oh yeah, love when a plan comes together. Do I want to... yeah. Oh, heck yeah. You know, it's kind of funny when you realize the best part of some games is just their music. I used to have some wacky views on music, and I'm not even sure if I disagree with them entirely to this day. But it was definitely unemotional and stupid the way I presented the views back in the day. Notably, I had a pretty strong view on the idea that music itself doesn't have any power. And it relies entirely on, like, emotional connection. But, it's almost like more of a dismissal. Because, like, we've talked in a previous stream about how something like, of all things to use as a comparing example, something like slurs doesn't have power on its own. They're just words, but they developed power over time through people's use of them. And so music is kind of that similar thing, where it's like, yeah, sure, okay, on its own it might not have power, but that doesn't mean it doesn't gain power. It's also kind of funny because in a lot of ways, the emotional impact of music is sort of an inverse of that topic of slurs, where, like, the goal is to not let them gain power and become a thing, whereas music, it's like, yeah, just let music connect with you, man. It is incredibly healthy to embrace it. Communication and the principle applies to music. Yeah, it is a form of communication. Yeah, a raw dictionary, you know, doesn't have much meaning in its own kind of way, even though it's literally full of definitions. But then you put those words together. Actually, a dictionary is full of meaning, and it's because it's constantly putting the words together to define other words. Is there basically a dictionary, but it doesn't come with definitions? It's just an index of words. Whatever that is, if that's a thing anywhere on this world, a list of words has no oomph. But using them in a sentence. Unless I'm proven wrong and, like, the key of D physically, not just through association, but in, like, every culture means the same thing. I think that's the main thing, the, like, main takeaway, is that, so, like, this is where multiculturalism really helps, because, I think it would be really easy to get caught up on the idea that you can define music certain specific ways that are just, like, objectively like, oh, this is this mood, this is that mood. Corpus, interesting. But a lot of these this and that works this way and that way is largely dependent on whatever country's music theory you're talking about. Or not just country, but cultures, I guess. And so, yeah. I always think it's important to remember that Western music theory is just Western music theory. And yet, music functions very similarly to food in my mind, in terms of what makes it different, and the expressions involved in it is very important for connecting cultures and people together. Heck yeah. Speaking of which, similar to food, there's a lot of, like, musical sharing. Very nice. I wish there was a way for me to prevent some of these spots where the slope goes down by, like, 2 blocks. So right now, oh gosh, that's like 3? Or no? Yeah. Because like right now, the only way I really have to fix that is to smooth it, and it's gonna mean I'm gonna have to go through and do a lot of this kinda twice. When this song comes on, there's a specific Among Us animation from a while ago that comes to mind. And like, I just imagine the characters walking down the hall to the music like in the video. Gotta find that again. Nintendo solved music. Speaking of me putting everything under the same blanket term of just one game company, I find it really interesting and awkward that Nintendo has gained this habit recently. Oh, I missed a line here. You need to capture something like a feeling in transit in the music to listen to, unpack the creation, and get meaning back. Or to come to their own meaning. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so Nintendo has this like awkward habit recently of not revealing developers or like certain information until after the game is released. It's better than their really old habit of keeping like developers by not crediting them properly back in the day. Because they do credit them at the end of the day. But I guess for branding reasons, they want people to think it's Nintendo. And so they don't want you thinking about, like, the individual developers. And the bad part is, I feel like part of why they do this is probably a bit of self-awareness that people don't have faith in certain studios that they work with. This is going pretty well, I would say. I'm not sure whether I want more like lead up into this area though. Like over here is generally fine, but over here might be a little lacking. Where like multiple smaller plateaus leading up into it would be nicer. Hope I'm not taking too many creative liberties with building this. I mean, in some ways, I think it might be less than the original map. if I ignore some of the sort of small details that are like off, it's pretty good right now. It's just the fact that I know I'm gonna get picky and want to go in and fix like individual little areas that's gonna ruin me here. What is a day in the life of Crab right now? I've been trying to slightly diet again. I want to lose 10 pounds and get back to like 155, I guess, is the goal for now. That's the day in the life of Crab. That's it. That's all of it. Nothing else going on. I don't feel like I'm going to be building muscles. So 165 isn't acceptable. Though funny enough, I feel like having beans in my diet more lately, because just had a bunch of beans around, has in some ways helped. Like I have protein more because of it. Now, okay, this is a stupid topic, but I'm not 100% sure about the metrics of, like... Okay, it's a really, really stupid topic, but they always talk about, you know, beans giving you gas, but I'm not entirely sure how that works, because when I started eating beans, it was true a little bit. But now that I'm eating beans a little bit more regularly, it's not true. And I'm wondering if the body is just able to like adjust to the gut bacteria or needed for it. Or if I've prepared the beans in a way that is not making that a problem now. I'm not really sure, because I don't know. It doesn't seem to be a problem. I know, I talk about literally everything on this stream and probably shouldn't. I mean, I'm glad it's not a problem. But it's also ironic because I feel like ye old the more you eat, the more you toot. It might just straight up be inaccurate? Question mark? Specifically, eating more prevents that problem, maybe. Again, I might just be preparing them in a way that has degassed the beans. My body, like, it might have been something about, like, processing the protein that does it for you. And maybe my body just needed the protein, like, really bad. Might also be the kind of beans. Maybe I... Well, no, actually, no. What I've been eating is a full mix of red beans, black beans, and red beans. Wait, no, red beans, black beans, and kidney beans. Twice as many red beans. I think I did end up smoothing these cliffs in a way I didn't want to do. Kind of want some of these cliffs to have overhangs. Just these